Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Tuesday, December 26th. A tragic accident claims the life of a 17-year-old driver just before Christmas in Palm Coast. It happened just after midnight Saturday, as reported by the Florida Highway Patrol. The incident unfolded on Quick Street in Flagler County, where a sport utility vehicle was heading eastbound. Subsequently, the vehicle veered into the westbound lane, ultimately colliding with a water-filled ditch. The SUV overturned and came to rest on its roof. The 17-year-old who died was driving the SUV. Despite the severity of the crash, all 5 passengers in the SUV survived. The only individual sustaining injuries was a 16-year-old Palm Coast girl who suffered minor injuries. The remaining occupants, ranging in age from 16 to 19, escaped unharmed. This marks the 23rd traffic-related fatality in Flagler County this year, with more than 1,300 collisions, as reported by FHP. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you.
A Georgia parolee found out he should have bypassed Flagler County.
Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley referring to a recent traffic stop on State Road 11 in Bunnell. Deputies made contact with a male driver and a female passenger, and drugs were seen in plain view along with the smell of cannabis.
The driver was arrested for being a convicted felon in possession of a firearm plus the narcotics. When they searched him on the scene, they found additional drugs in his pocket. And when they got to the jail, detention deputies, using their searching techniques and the x-ray machine at the jail, discovered a hidden pipe commonly used for methamphetamine in his underwear.
The man is being held on a $91,000 bond. The female passenger was released from the scene. Sheriff Staley is pleased with how the traffic stop was handled.
It's a great job by our deputies, and another dirtbag found out the hard way he should not have come to Flagler County.
For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
I think the community is wonderfully supportive. It's an exceptional culture, and I look forward to trying to enhance and expand that culture.
Flagler Beach is gearing up for a busy 2024 as numerous projects are underway. City Manager Dale Martin affirms that the city is well prepared for these initiatives.
I think the hotel they're very aggressive with their construction. There have been minimal problems. It's change. I think that's the biggest problem. It is change, but it's going well. The beach renourishment project, which really the county is the lead agency, but it's going to affect us. That's moving forward. We had an industry meeting. There were 3 contractors that are interested in bidding on the project. It'll be out for bids the month of March next year, and the bid will be awarded or opened on April 1st. So hopefully that construction will start in the middle of the summer, mid-July. And then the pier project, I believe we're on the cusp of getting all the state permits, and there's only one federal agency, National Marine Fisheries, to have them sign off on it. So hopefully all the permitting for the pier, for the beach renourishment, everything seems to be falling into place, and the current schedule is looking good.
City Manager Dale Martin also confirmed that the plans for the new wastewater treatment plant have received approval, and the project is set to receive state funding. What does a man who is now a fire chief dream of doing?
Palm Coast Fire Chief Kyle Berryhill's answer may surprise you, but it starts with baseball.
Some people wanted to be in the major leagues, and lots of people have all kinds of dreams. I really wanted to be a husband and a father.
Berryhill said on a recent episode of Business Minds Coffee Chat with host Jay Shear that he got that from his parents, who were very involved in his and his brother's lives. He said that meeting his wife here in Palm Coast and having a family makes him a happy man. Business Minds Coffee Chat with host Jay Shear is on WNZF on Saturday mornings at 8:30, and it's on the Flagler radio app. Tomorrow, Kyle Berryhill talks about what made him good at learning. From the WNZF newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
Florida has over 175 award-winning state parks.
You can visit those parks at a discounted rate, but you have to act soon. Liz Ryan has details.
If your New Year's resolution is to get out more into the great outdoors, this is a good time to get your state parks pass. I spoke to Katie Craver of the Florida DEP.
And the great thing with this is these savings will continue to be available through the holiday season until January 13th, 2024.
If you buy your pass by then, you'll get a 50% discount. Some beautiful local state parks are Gamble Rogers Memorial State Recreation Area, Washington Oaks Garden State Park, and the Bulow Plantation Ruins Historic State Park. And it's easy to get a state parks pass.
In-person purchases can be done at all park ranger stations and museums during regular business hours, 365 days a year. And then online purchases can also be completed by visiting reserve.floridastateparks.org.
For Flagler's Local News, I'm Liz Ryan.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.
And now, Mike Lee Show with your WNZF local sports update.
The Daytona Beach News Journal began revealing their all-area teams for fall sports. In volleyball, Grace Taylor and Rylan Miller were recognized for the Pirates. Miller battled back from a hamstring injury and worked out with the USA Volleyball Select Team this fall.
Personally, I've had to overcome a lot, but I'm 100% now. I mean, I just want to play my hardest, have fun, just do my best.
Lily Paridis was selected for FPC. Earlier this year, she reached the milestone with 575 career kills.
My goal was 500 by the time I graduated, and I've exceeded the goal. 575 is pretty good so far.
Bulldog Emma Pizzulo was the lone recipient in girls bowling. She rolled a 300 game earlier this year. She describes that moment here.
It was exciting. I couldn't believe it. I started crying. My team came and surrounded me. It was just the best feeling in the world.
The Pirates' Brandon Page was honored for the boys' side. In football, Landon Grover represented the Pirates on offense. FPC's Marcus Mitchell joined him. Mitchell on the key to his 1,400-yard rushing season.
I love punishing people, and I love wearing them out because at the end of the game, they don't want to tackle you. It's just free yards, free touchdowns, and they just give up.
On defense, Bulldog Colby Cronk joined Pirates Jordan Mills and Cole Hash. For Hash, this season was about more than just football.
I want these guys to look at me as a role model, look at me as somebody they want to emulate, and just really leave my footprint at Matanzas.
The FPC girls soccer team was down 6 starters against the ranked Mandarin team Friday. Freshman Laura Lee McLeod's second goal of the game with under 2 minutes to go lifted the Bulldogs to a 2-1 upset win entering winter break. Wrestling, the FPC boys were champions at the Falcon Christmas Tournament in Orlando Friday. 6 individuals won titles for the Bulldogs. In Kissimmee, Mariah Mills and her brother Jordan were titleists for Matanzas in the holiday tournament. Both schools are in action this week. We're your home for local sports with updates Mondays and Fridays. From the WNCF Sports Desk, I'm Mike Licio.